basketball or something.
You live now.
Man didn't even play basketball. All right, we are live and no one's on the screen. What's going on, people? Let's wait for some people to join us, actually. Give them a couple minutes. Couple minutes. It's going to be a quick episode. You blessed, though?
Who, are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you. You're the only person on the screen.
All right, bro. Wow. Yes. The funny thing is, yeah, you see how you said that you was in pain? Bro, I'm in pain as well, bro. My back.
What's going on?
Bro, man, getting old out here, cuz.
You know what? So I went to see the doctor today because I've had this leg pain for about 2 weeks, and every now and then it gets really bad, and then
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Hold on. Kaya, we're not recording.
We're streaming. She can rip it off YouTube.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. You went doctors about the pain.
Yeah, I've been having this leg pain for like the last couple of weeks, but every now and then it subsides, so I just allow it. And then today it got kind of unbearable, so I called the doctor. I was like, "Yeah, I've got to come down there." Went down there today, and she just touched me a little bit. She's like, "Oh, do you feel like this?" She's like, "Yeah." She did the thing. She hit me with the hammer. She like did all of that shit. Like bent it a certain way. She's like, "Yep." She goes, "I've seen this injury so many times over the last few weeks since lockdown ended." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, like, "Cause everybody's like back to normal routine and going out and doing loads of different stuff. Everybody seems to be getting the same similar injury, where it's like it's underneath my bum cheeks is where it starts, not like under the bum cheeks, like under my butt cheek, like the hip area, and the pain goes all the way down your leg. And basically what it is there's a nerve here, a big nerve that is pushing up against the hip bone or something like that, or around the pelvic bone area, and it affects your whole leg."
Okay.
Why are you looking like that? But basically, it's inflamed, and she gave me some some exercises to do.
Firstly, I'm waiting for you to explain why this seems to be happening to everyone after lockdown.
Because everyone's doing more activity, different, and their body. Like, the thing about everybody was in a routine where it was either like sitting in your house doing work or just doing minor activities. But now there's different things that you're doing. Your body is like, "Oh shit, we're raving." Oh shit, you're doing this. Or oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It's different to what your body's used to.
Okay, fair enough. The other thing is, what kind of doctor do you have that you can just call them and tell them I'm coming down?
Yeah, I'm me in it.
Like,
it's Ace on the back line. I got my own on the Ace line. No, it was an emergency appointment. I was in pain. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't even sit down at one point.
Brother, listen. My mum has needed emergency appointments just various times over the last 15, 20 years. They tell her come down in 8 weeks.
Nah.
Yeah.
They told me call back at 2:00. Called back at 2:01. They said, "Yeah, come at 5:30. I was there live.
Rate that still. That's what happens when you work on BBC Radio.
Nah, it's nothing to do with that. My doctor's around the corner, bro. It's NHS.
No. They clearly listen to BBC Radio. That's my point. Yeah, that's my point. Well gone, Femi.
Well gone, my people. How are you?
See you representing with the basketball top. Love that.
The old thing.
Bro, you know, it is what it is. It still represents. It still does the thing.
Represent. Cut the chat. We've got to draw this year, not the W, but not the L.
And I'm not gonna say it. Hey, so you're gonna say it?
What about us being bumped?
No. A win is a W. A L is a loss. So what did we get?
We got the D.
Foolishness.
I didn't get the D. That's funny.
We did get bumped again. Apparently, people in the crowd are saying that they didn't add a couple scores, but irrelevant.
It's weird though, because more time, yeah, them lot are bare professional basketball players on their little setting, yeah. Why still cheat on top of it?
Tell him again. Was Dio coming on? Is Dio going to join?
Dio's going to join. He's got some running about, but Dio's going to join. But look,
why is it every year there's some auntie that's half asleep or chatting to her brethren, counting the scores?
He's ruthless.
Okay,
Why am
Look at
I,
Auntie.
yeah? Why am I, yeah, sweating, running up and down, yeah? Non-basketball player sweating, fam. Sweating, yeah? Why am I counting scores as well? Better than the aunties that whose job? You have one job, you know. One job is to count school. One job. You don't have to do nothing else.
Listen. To be fair to them this year, tell them about last year. To be fair to them this year, yeah. Like the person who was supposed to be operating that machine, because apparently that machine is quite technical to operate. The person that's supposed to be operating that machine, they suddenly come down with the mad illness and couldn't make it in this and that and that. But I hear you. But you know, outside of the match fixing and the score rigging, as somebody that was running up and down on the basketball court, Femi, sweating. So we got a couple of things to talk about with you personally. Yeah, we're gonna talk about your son's health.
He's good, man. You know,
in a minute. But yeah. How are you? How did you find it? As I saw you putting in work on that court. Like,
this is the thing. This is what a lot of people don't know, yeah. I might look like a fatty bum bum, yeah, but but the thing is, I'm actually quite fit. This is what people like in terms of I can run up and down all day.
Yeah.
Because I run. You know what it is? It's like if you ask me to do a sport that involves running, I can run in it because I do 5Ks. I did 5K on Sunday morning before I came to that basketball.
I saw that. We saw that.
That was fake. That was fake. That was actually like earlier on in the week. The thing I posted.
Don't do that.
Why are you exposing it, man?
No, that video I posted, yeah. I was supposed to post it early in the week, yeah, because I train with my brothers a PT like once a week on Wednesdays. So I was supposed to put that up on Wednesday, but I forgot to put it up. I thought, you know what? Let me gas up the thing on the Sunday to make it seem. And so what I done, yeah, I waited till, because I was gonna post it early. I waited till like around 9 o'clock, and then I put it up to make it look like I started training around 9 o'clock. You know, like I was creating this narrative. But really, that morning I did a 5K run. In the morning before I come, I didn't actually go gym. Like I was just like that was just for banter.
Brother, you put in work, and I see you putting work on the basketball court. We got to shout out Nikki Slimting because it's funny, yeah. Because when I was running around doing what I was doing, I think Nikki started, yeah, and then I've seen Nikki on the sidelines talking to people, but the way he was walking over to me was like, I've never seen man looking like this before in my life. So I'm worried.
Why?
Because he's walking up to me and he's looking at me, but he's looking through me.
Mad, because he was
like like he could barely, like he looked like he was gonna collapse. And I'm like, brother, yeah, well, go on, yeah. He's like, D, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. I said, brother, people look at basketball in the parks. People look at people playing basketball and think, it's just an easy thing. Brother, it's non-stop. It's a constant non-stop.
No, basketball is fast.
Exertion of energy.
It's fast.
Shout out to Nikki.
There's bare people on it. Who would have ever have known that DWE was a baller? DWE, you know?
No, DWE apparently.
He scored the first points.
No, you're not listening.
Yeah.
DWE apparently I was talking to his manager, Danny, my brother, big up Danny, and he was saying that D wasn't a football man. D was a basketball man. And he used to shoot bare 3-pointers back in the day. And D used to play basketball to a certain point professionally.
Swear down.
So as a kid, so he was a baller. Like he was actually used to play basketball. Obviously, because he was small, it was like one of them shoot 3-point situations. But D is a baller. So I knew that before.
I had no idea.
So D started and I started. And I knew that before. So initially, the first points, I looked around, D was sneaking around. I'm like, nah, I'm on you now, brother. I'm not going to let you breathe. You know, my tactic was, no, do you know what? Whatever happens, aggression, I'm getting that ball, yeah? I'm grabbing it. I'm yanking it off whoever's got it if we're competing for the ball. And then outside of that, man, he's taking that ball, man's bouncing the thing and then passing it to my teammate and keeping it moving. And if we're jumping for the ball, Man's aggressive with it. If you foul me, I know they're gonna call the foul anyway.
Femi was on this thing.
No, I was on. I was
man.
pure aggression. It was just an aggression thing.
It was mad competitive. It was very competitive this time. It wasn't even about the fun. It was more like everybody wanted to win, and that was good. Yeah. It was good to watch.
Well, this is the thing, yeah. This is the thing, yeah. Like, this was the 4th year. The first year was feelers in it. The first year was like, let's do this, let's see what happens. Great game. Second year it was like, okay, like, man, them can play basketball. The third one was the first time at Copper Box. It was all new. Do you know what I mean? Copper Box, big arena, whatever else. This year, because so many people had heard about it and seen it, and, you know, we were 3-0 down, people went into it thinking, I'm not on a joke thing. Like, you know, there were certain celebs that were there with that, like, fam, I'm not coming here to play basketball for my celebrity fans. I'm coming here to play basketball to win. Yeah. I said, love that attitude. Attitude is amazing. Love it. And you could see it, bro. There was times where I'm looking at it and it's like 8-8, 10-8, 10-10, like 13-10. Yeah. It was mad. At one point I think we was 8 points down. Bro.
Big Tobes.
I see Aaron Fontaine. Yeah. Big Tobes.
Big Tobes
did
bits. Yeah.
Stand up, and Sebastian Till stand up. It's like them man just unzip their top and just bust out the Superman team. Yeah. And they started going ham.
No. You see Sebastian, that's a baller. Like, he's not coming to lose.
Yeah. Sebastian landed. Yeah. Everyone landed. I can't even lie. Everyone landed.
It was a fun day out, man. Salute to I feel like loads of people in the group were down there. They're saying that they enjoyed it. I just saw somebody saying what was going on with the scores.
There's bare people. Yeah, there's bare people. I'm just trying to shout out to Nick Cage. Yeah, you see Nick. Yeah, this guy. He just does. You see, when he landed, yeah, he landed like he was a celebrity playing basketball. Yeah, he come with the drop top Mercedes. Femi, he's got the same car as you. Yeah. But you see the things that he's done to his vehicle?
He just souped it up.
Brother, it's a showstopper. I was at the window looking at him pull up, and I see people spinning and turning like he was a celebrity. Yeah. But he's supporting the thing from day, so shout outs to Nick. Bare people there. Shout out to Lewis who gave us all the TST stuff, the hats and the tracksuits. There's too many people to thank, so I'll probably start remembering them as this podcast goes on. But yeah, how was it from your standpoint, Ace, as the DJ, as the event DJ?
Yeah, you know, I always have fun DJing the celebrity ball out. The audience is a vibe, and there's a lot to do actually. In regards to, like, everybody gets their own little tune as their entrance. We've got to talk about, I'm sure Lee will join in a minute, but Lee gave his his annual backflip entrance. He asked for Billie Jean Beat It. No, Billie Jean Beat It. Michael Jackson Beat It this year. I'm not sure why, but there you go. So yeah, it's very bitty. All that stuff is bitty. And then as well, when you're playing the game, you have to interact with the band. So like, especially for the second half, the band plays while they're doing deep. It's like it's very bitty, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and I saw so many faces down there. A lot of people was hailing me up. So big up to everybody that came down there. And it's the next year, man. It's gonna be a blast. I'm sure it's gonna be bigger and better.
Yeah, we're gonna start planning it from, I think, within the next 2 weeks. First and foremost, let me apologize for the start time of the event. And I need to throw this out there because you see, when there's like these events, yeah, and things go wrong, but the people don't explain why things went wrong. So it just looks bad on the organizers and the promoters. Yeah. So there's a lot of things went wrong. So the reason why we started late is because the venues, what are they called? PDQ machines for me? The scanners that the tap things?
Yeah.
They weren't working. So we had to go out and buy some. Now, to go out and buy them takes time. To go out to set them up on people's phones, who's going to be using them, takes time. Then one's not working, this and that and that. So that was one of the major problems in regards to why we started late, and as to why a lot of people weren't able to buy a raffle ticket. So we apologize for that. But because not everybody had the opportunity to buy a raffle ticket, we couldn't then turn around and say we're not doing the raffle, because a lot of people had paid for a raffle. Even how the raffle was, presented and all that kind of stuff, because we were running out of time, we literally had to get out of that venue by a certain time, and we still got fined because we overrun. Now, the amount of money that we got fined by, we're not talking like 50 quid or, a couple hundred quid. We're talking peas. So
we got fined.
Yes, because we left late.
Shit.
Yeah. So do you remember last year when literally everyone flooded the court and was taking photos with all of the players and all of the celebs that were there? We love that and we want that to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's part of being down there. Seeing people that you see on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and being able to take photos and interact with them. But this year it was like, people, I beg you, get out, because we're going to get hit for some mad pee. And we got hit for pee. Even when we was in the car park and, people were talking to celebs in the car park, security was coming out like, you lot need to go. It's like, come on, bro. Like, allow it. So these are a lot of the things that maybe people don't realize. So when literally, because this is the thing, basketball never ends in the draw. Never ends in the draw. Yeah, it will go to extra time or free throw shots or whatever. Never ends in the draw. But this year it did, and it had to, because time had run out, and we're like, listen, we gotta go. We gotta go. So apologies to anyone who feels like it ended abruptly or whatever else, but there's reasons why. Because the reality is we would love to stay and hang out, like, for however long, just chatting or whatever and taking photos. So yeah, that was kind of some of the things that was going on. But there was a lot of things that went wrong, but we was rectifying as it was moving and all this kind of stuff. So if anyone's got any upsets or grievances, actually let us know. WhatsApp us, email us, DM us, and let us know what actually went wrong, so we can make sure that doesn't happen again for next year, because that's the aim, to do bigger and better. And next year, we've already got things set in motion for next year. It's going to be mad for the next event, so it's going to be mad. But yeah. How's your son, Femi?
Son's calm, fam. No kids, man. To be fair, you know what's mad about that?
No, you got to explain what happened for those that weren't there.
You know what's mad, yeah? Everyone's like, raw, like, your heart must have been in your mouth. I didn't even really think it was risky. It's weird, like, now I'm looking back at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. Now watching it back, I'm like, oh, it looks a bit mad. So anyway, there's this basketball guy. There was a dunking competition between the Royal Guard and the other I can't remember his name, but he was good as well, to be fair.
Both of them were sick.
It was kind of sick. Yeah. But Royal Guard, how he does it, obviously, to make it lit, he's jumping over people. So he does a few dunks. So he's jumped over Adeola one angle with a geezer. Yeah.
Adeola Patron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He jumped over her. He's done West Nelson. And then he's called out my brethren, Daniel from Asheville, who
well, he's not Daniel from Ashfield, it's Daniel Ashfield.
So I don't think that's his surname, but yeah, maybe it is.
But he's got the haulage company.
Yeah, so Daniel Asheville, like, he runs a company called Asheville.
Yeah.
That's his company. Is one of is the owner of that company. And so Daniel knows my son, because a few weeks ago, if anyone that's been listening and paying attention, I took my kids to football, to QPR, because Daniel was one of the shirt sponsors. So I met Daniel there, and he met my kids there, right? And one of my older son was very vocal at the football. So Daniel started calling him Pep. Yeah? Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
They kept calling him Pep. Because my son was like, why are you not passing? All of that at the football. going mad in the box, in this quiet box, but my son's hyping like he's the manager. And so Royal Guard has gone to Daniel, oh, I want you to put a kid on your shoulder. Daniel's tall already. He's like 6'4", maybe.
But firstly, also, on top of that, if you don't know what Daniel looks like, Daniel has been going to the gym since caveman times.
He looks like The Rock.
So Daniel, yeah.
Daniel's like a tall Rock, like tall 6 foot certain version of The Rock, right? So Daniel,
you act like The Rock ain't tall. The Rock's tall. The Rock is tall.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like
I know you mean that.
As big as The Rock. He's like big. He's big. He's a tall man, right? So already, Royal Guard doesn't need anyone on this guy's shoulders. You could have just jumped over this guy's head and then done his dunking. These times now, Daniel has picked my older son, who's also a tall kid. Like, he's not a small kid. Right? He turned 10 the other day, but he looks not like a 10-year-old. He looks like a secondary school kid, like year 7 or year 8. Daniel's put him on top of his shoulder. This Royal Guard kid's gonna jump over. To be fair, I'm not even panicked. So the whole time I'm like, well, your Royal Guard kid's gonna try it. He's either gonna make it or he's not gonna make it, innit? So it is what it is. And I've seen him do it enough now. I've seen him dunk enough to know that he's just gonna do it, right? Yeah. So I'm not as like everyone like watching it online. It looks mad. If you went there, it looks mad. Like, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I hope your kid's all right. He's fine. He's like, it was fun, innit? It was like exhilarating for him. Like, because he was like, he literally said both of them were in shock though afterwards.
He looked so in shock. Like,
both
he was
Daniel,
in shock.
No, but Daniel was trying to style it out because he's an adult. Remember, I was talking to them in the video that I posted up on my Instagram. You could hear me talking to them. And Daniel, for ages, doesn't know what to say as well.
Bad.
What they both told me though afterwards was that it was like they felt a vibration going through their back, both of them.
So he didn't actually hit your son though. He actually like because
he grabbed the ball. He grabbed the ball.
Yeah.
And my son bent over, and he went over my son's head and then dunked. But my son obviously must have hit my son a little bit.
Yeah.
Because my son went forward.
Yeah.
And then he dunked it. And everyone's like, oh, his poor mum. I'm like, his mum was there, cuz.
How did she feel?
I don't know. She like it. The thing is,
Femi, I'm gonna let you know how she felt. Because I didn't see the dunk. But I've heard the crowd go mad. And how you looking at me like that? I've heard the crowd go mad, and then your wife has walked up to me and she's like, "So for Banks, you lot nearly killed my son."
That's funny. I didn't get that version. But do you know what it is? You know what it is as well? It was so quick, yeah. The whole thing.
How you looking at that?
The whole thing was so quick that it wasn't even like I didn't even think much of it. It's weird. Even now in hindsight, it's like that's mad. Like he could have like broken his neck.
You know what? And this is the thing. Shout outs to Daniel, yeah, because if it was anybody else, both of them would have toppled over. So
Daniel Hench, he does leg
that's
days.
what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. You see when the man that missed leg day, your son would have been finished. It would have been peak for your son. Leg day and back day, he's not gonna have it. It'll be for your day. Yeah. So shout out to Daniel for doing what he does. That was mad. That was definitely a highlight of
It's definitely gone viral on my page still. It's definitely like my most watched video on my not one of my most watched videos on my Instagram page is that video. Like it went mad. People just went mad for it. And like people are like, oh my gosh, my heart. But it is mad though when you watch it back, that video, because the angle I caught it from as well, I'm right in front of them. A lot of the angles, people got it from the side.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm right in front of them so you could see everyone's faces. You could see everyone's reaction. It was a bit mental. It was a bit yeah, it was very mental. But like, it was cool, man. The boy is cool. I think on the day we put an ice pack on his neck, gave him some ibuprofen. Then he went
Wait,
to
Femi,
bed.
are you being serious?
What do you mean?
What, you actually put an ice pack on his neck and gave him ibuprofen?
Yeah, just in case as a precaution.
He wasn't in pain though.
No, but as a
Okay, cool.
precaution.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Here's another question: if he had been injured, would you have sued Dio and Damon?
No.
Hold on, wait. Firstly, first, yeah.
In America, yes.
It's not Dio and Damon, because he would have been suing himself. Yeah. Because he's cut the chat and who's got game.
Nah, it's Damon and Dio's event.
It's Damon and Dio. You have to sue them, man. The man have to
Really?
the man have to pay up.
If my son got injured, I'm coming for DNLs. I want the business. I want the whole business.
Oh.
I'm gonna like the few months later, the shop will be Femi and Sons. Femi and Sons. Femi and Sons. I'm coming for the whole of the DNLs, fam. I'm coming. Darren and them, man, gonna be working for man, fam. New regime. Oh man. But nah, it was like, you know what? To be fair, like I said, it didn't even cross my mind. I don't know why. It just shows that, in a way, I'm not a risk-averse person, is it? Yeah. And my son looked cool. Like he didn't. It's not like he didn't want to do it. He thought it was exciting. You know, want to do. And I'm not one of them parents. If my kids want to do stuff, and I don't feel fear, then I'm like, fine. If you want to do it, innit? And then that, like, if it was me holding him, yeah, I would have been shook. But like I said, the man's like the Rock, like he's like just standing there hench. So whatever, man. It was fun, man. It was a nice moment. It was very memorable moment. And like, you know, for me, I think the kids, like what struck me about the event is that the kids really love the event. And I think next year we need to try and figure out ways to include them more. Like
I agree.
Like because they love the event. My kids, yeah, more than like anyone. Like they're like, Daddy, are you gonna win this year? They've been hyping me up all week, you know. I went for a run in the morning. They're like, Daddy, you get your last minute exercise to win. They proper. And then I was like, oh, they were like, do you want to go downstairs to practice basketball now? Just before, I was like, well, you can't prepare for your exam on a day.
All right, Uncle Femi.
It's such an uncle thing to say.
If it's too late, it's too late. And
you know what does that even mean? What does that even mean, bro?
You can't prepare for your exam in a day, man. You're either gonna win or lose. You know, like if you haven't prepared by the day of your exam, yeah, you might as well just accept the L. Just go in there and wing it. All effort and hustle. But yeah, it was a fantastic event, and I think definitely like in terms of like the kids element, like the kids loved it. Like and this is what even I was talking to someone about. They were like, oh, like it's not even about the celebrity element for the kids. It's the spectacle.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree.
It's the spectacle.
And I think as well, like just seeing loads of black people on the court running around. Like I think it's good to see us all together having a good time. Yeah, man. It's something different, and it's not just like us raving, because that's what we do. We want to put together an event, and we always think music instantly. But this is something else, so I think this is a great thing.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that can be built upon, and I think it's a really exciting platform, and definitely I just feel like, you know, we definitely need to keep building it, and we definitely need to keep in a way like thinking of ways to engage like the next generation as well. My son said to me, Daddy, when I'm 20, cut the chat is not gonna lose. I'm gonna play.
I love that.
He said, I said, that's a long time. I said, that's 10 years, bro. He said, Daddy, you're not gonna lose because I'm gonna play. He's decent. He's decent at basketball. He's not like, he just needs to train a bit more, but he's decent.
Hello, Dio.
No, what's happening, lads?
What's going on?
Who's got
How
game?
are we, man?
The riggers.
So
What? Wait, hold on.
For all of the listeners that don't know, let me introduce you to the second half of Celeb Ball Out. This is Dio, our business partner. without him, this event would definitely not take place. His expertise are second to none. You know, this is the first time you've been on a podcast in it, Dyer.
I don't think
He's been
so.
on before. He's been on before.
It's
don't think
definitely
so,
not,
dude.
bro.
Oh, there you go. Well, talking about, have you been on? Well, anyway, forget all of that. Let's talk about the event. How you feeling? You know what's funny? You know what a lot of people don't realize? You know, every year me and Daya were supposed to play in this event. Every year.
You played before. You both played before.
You both played before.
Yeah, but I think we played in the first year, I think. And then after that, it just got mad. And
I'm
we're
sure
just running
Dio played
around.
last year. Did you play last year, Dio?
Nah, so
Nah.
we when we were in South London, those are the years we played, the first two.
Okay.
And then since we've evolved, it just takes a lot more organization and a lot more brain power and labor. Obviously, I'm the brain power, Damon's the labor. So we just do a lot of
We're
we
still
do a
gonna
lot
fight.
of things that people don't see to put the event on. Why are we gonna fight, bro? No, and to be honest, no, I don't rig any games. Actually, the teams are even. This year was great that it was a draw afterwards. Hopefully, I wish we would have had overtime, and then who's got game would have probably won. But time restrictions and stuff didn't allow us.
Man's coming with a smack talk, man. Get out of here.
Who was your man of the match now?
Oh, D double for sure, man.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot of the game.
Yeah.
Because I was running about. But what I did see, I think D double come off and got the first basket, and he was just in.
He did.
He was in the zone. And he weren't talking much backstage. You know, man were trying to say hi. We were trying to get interviews in post game. He had his game face on, locked.
God.
He was ready to kill. He was like, cut the chat, done. Ooh. That's what I heard still.
Is that what you heard, cuz?
That's what I heard still.
All right. I don't know if you heard, but before you came on, I was just explaining to the listeners just a couple of the things that went wrong, which led to us starting late, which led to us finishing extremely abruptly. And I just felt we need to let them know, because a lot of the time people go to events and think, the organizers are just rubbish, the promoters are just shag, this and that and that. And I just explained a couple little things with like the PDQ machine and that. How did you feel like in regards to things that went wrong and went right and all of that kind of stuff?
To be honest, he's got game with doing basketball events for 13 years. So this by far was probably behind the scenes the most chaotic. But, to the audience, to everyone I spoke to in front, I mean, none would have been the wiser. So I think, to everyone that watched part, saw on media, it was just an amazing event. And that's all they took away from that. I think for us, obviously, we know the stresses and the ins and outs, what happened behind the stage. But everyone I spoke to, the audience, they were none the wiser. And they also said the only thing that they did notice was kind of the abrupt ending, because kind of everyone wanted to see what happened in overtime. But aside from that, them seeing the roll guard jump people, or them seeing, big toes hitting threes back to back, or IO beats, crossing over certain players. I mean, for them, these were the takeaways, and they didn't really take away any negatives, not from my perspective anyway.
Absolutely. That's the kind of feedback I've been getting. As I said, the only issue was a couple of people didn't know about the raffle, but outside of that, I think the goal of was achieved, which was everybody coming there having an amazing time. And what I like to hear is people that had come there for the first time that didn't know what they was expecting, but they was expecting something a lot less than what they got. So for me, hearing people talk about, yeah, I saw the flyer, I thought I'd come down. I didn't think it was going to be this. I didn't think it was going to be this big. I didn't think, you know, it was just going to be this amazing. So they're like, they're definitely coming back next year. So for me, that's all we wanted really, to have people proper impressed. Family day out. And that's the thing. A lot of people still don't realize it's a family event. So people was there like, oh, what, you could bring kids to this? I'm like, listen, it's always been advertised as a family event. But yeah, we're happy with it. It was a draw. Hopefully next year, me and you can go head to head on the court. We can get Ace in a pair of shorts and get him on the court as well.
Maybe.
You don't want these problems though. Remember the first year, and I put the ball in between your legs. You know what I mean? Went behind the back, started. You know what I mean?
It's all entertainment. You understand? You got to do these things to elevate the brand. But now the brand's out there. It's a game face thing. It's just straight aggression. It is what it is.
No,
but it's cool.
Maybe we need a bet. Maybe we need a wager. So if you lose, maybe you cut off your dreads or something.
We don't just do celebrity boxing at halftime.
Yo.
One gloves. But yeah, man, Dio next year then, yeah? Bigger and better.
Yeah, man. Do you know what it is? And obviously we're gonna have this conversation offline. But we're definitely gonna, we're gonna up it to 2 games a year. So whether it's next year we do a kind of January then September again, or kind of August, whatever. We're definitely evolving to 2 times a year. Today, the word that Yanamai wants to play and he's going to be starting. Also, Yanamai is saying that he's gonna wrap the court, so we're gonna have a Yanamai wrap court. So we got a lot in store, man. Got a lot in store and a lot to build on. You know what I mean?
Ralph, we're looking forward to it, man. We were just saying as well, like we were saying that we definitely, like, the kids really enjoyed it, so we need to maybe find a way to incorporate the children more.
Yeah. No, we so just from a community and kind of kids perspective, we gift 500 seats to young people and community kids all around. So I think we had total number in and out on Sunday was kind of 2,139. And from those, we had, I think, 535 kids that we gifted place to, and they loved it. And these kids come from everywhere, from the YMCA, from local schools, from game schools. So yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. I think one thing that probably with timing, obviously that we could do better is, we had a lot of sponsored gifts that we had to rush through, that we wanted to obviously give some of these young people and some of the people in the crowd. So gifts from Puma. I know we gave some gifts from Chifa, and we have some additional gifts from Beats and 2K. So yeah, we're definitely going to factor these in the next events to come. You know what I mean? But yo, I got to love and leave you guys. I know you guys have got this. Just know, who's got game is no joke. Obviously, this year we have to make things a bit more entertaining to let you guys come back. But next year,
coming on a Mandem's platform and chatting crud. Hey, lock him off, quick.
Next year, it's straight annihilation. Next year,
lock him off, please.
Straight annihilation. You get me? I'm gonna give Femi another silver line here. You get me? Straight annihilation.
Lock him off.
The hardest. Bro. Next time come, I will break your leg, bro. Man will slide tackle you, blood. Slide tackle you, fam.
Again, we'll let you know when the next event is, guys. We want to make sure everybody's down there. Before we go, rest in peace, man. Michael K. Williams.
Yeah.
Sad, man. Super sad news.
Yeah.
Super sad news.
Is there any more information? I know he was found in his apartment by his nephew, I think, or something like that. Any more on that?
Nah, I think everyone's still waiting for information, but yeah, man, that's really sad. Super sad.
Yeah, definitely.
Great actor. And Digger D got the Shade Bar locked off. Did you see that?
What did he do?
The Shade Borough is no more at the moment. They've been suspended. Their account has been deleted from Instagram because Digger D reported them for spamming, I believe, because he was unhappy with a video that they put up. about his relationship.
What? When was this? Today?
Today, it's gone. Go find it. Go try and find the shade bar. It's out. It's gone. They were at the basketball event as well. That's how that's
bro. That's the man he's thinking. They was down at
the basketball event reporting live. But yeah, they are no longer at the moment.
So what did he do? Sorry, I'm confused.
I think he reported them for spamming or reported them for something. But Digger D got the shade bar taken down, and then he posted a picture of who is believed to be the person that runs the shade bar. And it's just an ongoing thing at the moment.
Who was it? Diddy that got something locked off years ago?
Diddy
in America. Someone got like a big platform locked off.
I heard Diddy got Tory Lanez back his page.
Oh, is it?
So Tory Lanez got locked off during the pandemic for having women shaking their.
Oh yeah.
And then he got locked off by Facebook, and Diddy called the owner and told him put it back on for the culture. And it was back on the next day.
Should artists have this much power?
Yes.
So you like
Why?
Okay, so if you're a big rapper and the shade room says something about you that you don't like, you should have the power to lock off. There's a lot of people eating off that platform, off that blog.
This is the thing. It's not a case of I have the power to lock you off. Yeah. This is what I think. Yeah, I thought about this the other day. I didn't even know about this situation. Yeah, this is what I think. You see, like these Instagram pages and all of these kind of, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's very much one way. Do you know what I mean? In the sense of, so you Ace, yeah, or you Femi, you don't really post up good, bad, or indifferent things about Shade Bar, about whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all one way, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Now, once they've built up a certain following, we all know that if them man post something, before you get a chance to even question man or they even ask you Wagwan, the whole world believes that you've done this or done that or this is how it's spun. Now, whether you're famous or not, you should have the power to be like, nah, that's not correct.
That didn't happen.
That off. Regardless of whether you're famous or not. Like,
yeah, but you can't just get them to like.
You should
lock
have
off
that
the lock off their whole thing.
Well, I don't know what the process is. I don't know what the process is of, take down this, take down that, whatever. I don't know. I really don't know. But for me, Digger D...
We spoke about this before. Like, obviously, there's no rules for them, really. They don't have to follow the same rules as... They don't have to follow the same rules as newspapers or whatever. Like, they can post whatever they want.
And do you know what the difference is? Do you know what the difference is between newspaper and these online platforms? A newspaper, you know the editor. You can find the editor. True. A lot of these things, you don't know who it is. You can't find him, you don't know who it is. So somebody has to take accountability. And if you're not going to take accountability, because it's a conversation. And even with the newspapers, even though they do that little moody thing, or as in post up the apology on page 27 in the bottom left-hand corner, when
it's still taking accountability. It's still taking accountability. You're right.
Still taking accountability.
Yeah.
And a lot of these pages, there's no accountability. There's not even a sorry. Because they post so much that by the time we're talking about it now, there's probably about 50 different posts. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think they should just not exist?
Just before you got in. Do I think what, sorry?
So you're saying they just shouldn't exist then?
No, I'm not saying they shouldn't exist, because at the end of the day, we all gained from it. I'm very sure Digger D has gained a lot from it.
That's my point. It's there.
But I'm not saying the argument should be get them locked off. That's extreme. But there should be some accountability for their actions if they've done something wrong.
True.
And if they violate it. Because that's the thing. If them man violate, we just have to hold it.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like the reality, see, and I've always said this on the podcast. See me, I'm not holding nothing. I'm punching in the face.
Damon, you need to stop saying you're punching people in the face.
Ace.
We had problems a few years ago.
I know, but you know what? In reality, he was right. So
you understand?
He's never been wrong. So it was
and this is the thing, Ace, you cannot say that. And you can't behave like that. And these people know this. Femi, you can't say that. You can't behave like that. These people know this. But this is the thing. What we need to understand here is, you see a lot of these rappers, and we first saw it in America, obviously, for whatever reason, but a lot of these rappers, a lot of these musicians, a lot of these artists, they're still human beings, and they have certain morals and ethics that they're not going to give up because they're now making hundreds of thousands of pounds. You violate, it's going to be a problem. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like getting the whole page taken down is extreme.
Bro,
There's people that work for that page. Like they built it up to a level where people are making money. Like there's people that's their job.
We need to know the ins and outs. We need to know the ins and outs. And I remember, we don't know what Instagram's policy is. I don't know if Instagram can put man on a timeout for a week or a day or whatever. I don't know. We don't know what Diggity said to Instagram or reported or whatever else. We don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
it's mad.
You know, but these pages have the ability to affect your career overnight.
100%.
You know what I mean? So accountability has to be taken.
Listen,
and I'm not saying
certain pages, had certain people making claims about me and my character, and I was like, really? And also sometimes they post up about you. There was a page, one of these pages, posted a picture of me and my son on holiday, and then in the comments, and like lots of different people on holiday with their kids. In the comments, people were like, look at all these black men, or look at all these broken homes, black people are not together. Where's the mums? Where's
See what I mean?
But obviously that's not the page's fault. Because you know what it is? Even when I was talking to Shadeborough the other day, it's the comments that are the killers. And I just feel like actually it's not these pages that they're famous Instagram pages. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. People choose to go on those platforms to get news. And if some of the news that they're spreading is trashy, and that's what it is. Bro, people read the Daily Mail, cuz. It's up to people. If you don't like it, don't go on it.
No, but this is the thing though, Femi. Do you know the amount of people, the amount of celebrities that are forever suing the Daily Mail? Yeah. Forever. We don't care because we don't really follow these celebrities, so we don't know about it. We don't really care. Yeah. When it's people within our culture, and the Shadeborough and all of those things are within our culture. It is our culture, and the people they're posting up are within our culture. So we're going to hear about it. We're going to hear about it, but you know, offhand. Don't get twisted. Don't think that these people aren't posting up things knowing that the comments are gonna pop off. They know the comments are gonna pop off. That's what they want, you know. And you're right, Ace. It is a business. This is what people do for a living. It's a legitimate business. Scandal sells. Scandal makes money. Sometimes you overstep the line, and when you step over that line, boy, someone's got to drag you back.
No, but the thing is, though, Damon, truly, though, on the level, sometimes it's not just scandal on these pages. Sometimes they've got like genuine. I find out stuff on some of these pages sometimes. That's not all scandal. I just feel like we can't.
I'm not saying it's all scandal.
Shadeborough as a platform is important.
Yeah,
it is important.
It is.
It's important that people are held to account. And I don't love those platforms. Like UK Gossip is important. Shadeborough is important. All these platforms are important because they help people to build narratives around their career. Now, when it doesn't go your way, it doesn't mean you throw your toys out of the pram. However, there needs to be a certain degree of accountability. But as a celebrity, celebs can't complain about, oh, I'm famous, people are talking about me now. You're not allowed.
Look, Femi, I hear you and I agree with you. But as I said, look, I don't know either of these people, and I agree with you. I don't think they should have got locked off. I don't agree with that. I don't think they should have got locked off. But I do agree that celebrities have the right to complain and put things into motion to, you know, rectify wrong information and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if the information is wrong, that what they posted. And yes, Femi, if they posted something that you just don't like, then, you know, maybe you need to suck it up and accept it, because you're right, they have benefited from all of these platforms themselves. So I don't, you know, until we find out exactly what was said and what was done and who did what, where, how, it's just opinions, isn't it, really?
And I will say this as well. I do feel like them pages have been better at showing both sides of the story. Do you know what I mean? So like they might post a story and then post the opposite side of the story and be like, see our previous post. in regards to what we said earlier, and this is the update of the story, and this is what actually happened. Like you saw this week that there was a story about Wiley.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Running up in somebody's house.
The story was that Wiley ran up in someone's house. It was a kickboxer apparently.
Yeah.
And kicked and beat him up or something, or kicked the kickboxer. And
Very
he was arrested. Apparently, he was arrested for that. And then a couple posts later, there was a video of Wiley laughing at the story. Do you know what I'm saying? So not to say that it counteracts, it does or it doesn't, whatever. You can choose to believe whatever you want, but they've given both sides there. Do you know what I'm saying? Here's Wiley saying, kind of like laughing at it, and here's what we've originally posted. So you can make up whatever you want with those both sides of what those stories. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's techie. It's techie and it's dangerous because obviously there's, this thing called clickbait, and it's techie. Maybe that's part of it as well. And obviously, we've posted up stuff before that has been false, and we've just taken it down. It's like, oh, that's the actual thing, right? Okay, let's take it down, and whatever else. So maybe they did know, maybe they didn't know. Wiley's cool. Wiley's just out there trying to have fun. If it was somebody else, maybe they would have reacted differently. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? It is a thin line. But no, I think they should all stay. They're all for the culture, helping the culture. This is what it is.
Police helicopters outside my house. So
I thought you said Lee's helicopters outside.
That's what I
was about to say, what? Lee's got an helicopter now.
The police helicopters are circling my yard.
You know what the funny thing is?
What? Can you hear them as well?
I did hear something maybe about a couple of minutes ago.
Mad.
But, they're coming for you or me, Ace. So let's lock this thing off.
South London for you. All right. We are going to be recording a visual episode this week. So hopefully that'll be up by the weekend probably. But we'll be back at some point.
You know what I was thinking, Ace? Huh? And we can just have this discussion here. Rather than go live on Thursday, shall we just Instagram live it?
Could do that.
Why are you so addicted to live, bro?
I'm not addicted to live. I'm addicted to giving our listeners something that they can feel, something that they can hold on to. Something they
feel.
Sometimes they can wait, Waiting's a good thing as well.
You're absolutely right.
No anticipation. So let you lot know, all 46 of you lot, you let us know, yeah? If you want us, to go live as we do a recorded version of our podcast, next week. Tweet us, DM us on Instagram, do what you need to do. You let us know. I don't think we should go live.
We're moving to Twitch soon as well, by the way.
Huh?
We're moving to Twitch soon.
We're moving to Twitch soon, apparently. I don't even know what that is. However, I'm just joking. Twitch is big. There's that football guy, that Italian guy that's got all the football gossip. He's on Twitch live. But anyway, you let us know. Let us know whether you want us to be live next week.
From the barbershop
On Thursday, because we're recording it for YouTube anyway. Let man know.
All right. Till whenever we see you next.
I mean, Natas, that I love the YouTube community. No, DM us. This is done. We have to go now. Love your community on YouTube as much as you like. DM us. Big up everyone.
Big up everyone. We love you guys. Until next time. Good night. God bless. Okay, I look off the team.